Well, greetings. What's the rumpus, everybody? How are you doing? My name is Steven, and I'm here to talk to you over here, over there, over here. There we go. About hell and back, through hell and back. So, this is going to be a little tutorial video on how to do the damage allocation. And we're just going to go into the virtual tabletop here just for ease of filming. So, we're going to be talking about the damage cubes. All right. So we've got damage cubes on the crew locations, or on the crew cards, and then over here on the engine mechanical damage section, this little engine section. So yellow is light, red is serious, and black is dead. And that goes for the engines as well as the crew. Now, what you need to know is when you're taking your turn and you receive damage, so let's just say for purposes of learning and illustration, that this fighter, this enemy fighter here, right here, this enemy fighter has scored a hit on your bomber. And we would roll the D12 and we would find a location. So let's just say it's a 9. Okay. Well, we go down to the 9th position, which is the waist gunner. So we would move the yellow cube to the 9th position on the bomber. Just like that. And that's it. Now, later on, let's say there was another fighter. I don't know, just getting it a little interesting. So let's say there was another fighter that managed to hit our bomber, and when we rolled we got a 12. Well, we would take one of the engines, because there's two 12s, so we can choose. So we'll take engine 3 and we'll put it on there. So when we do the engines, we start from the top, and then we would put the next cube, the next cube, and then the next cube, like that. All of the cubes in that engine 12 were damaged. But talking about engine damage, just a little digression here. Let's just say they scored another 12 later. There was another 12 we rolled. Well, we don't have to do the same engine. We could spread out the damage. Then it would look like that, where both engine 3 and 4 are now taking damage. You don't have to. Every time there's a 12 or there's an 11 roll, you don't need to put it on the same engine. That's your choice. You can, but you don't need to. So going on to the crew locations. So let's say that they rolled another 9. Probably not going to get another 9. We got another 12. That's interesting. But let's say we rolled another 9, and that would bring us back to Joe Hester here in the right waist gunner. We would take off his cube, the red cube now, and we would put that... Oops, sorry. Snapping is going on here. So we would put that in place of the yellow cube. Now, what do we do with this yellow cube? This yellow cube will go to our bomb site card. We can choose wherever to put this yellow cube. Now, no matter where you put it, top or bottom, that line becomes moot. There's nothing to bomb there. Now, Apple Jar is a little forgiving, and you'll see that there is a column that doesn't have any use. So any damage we get, we can put in this column first. So we choose to put it here. Okay, and then later when we bomb, we can't use this column. Yeah, I keep saying row, right? Now it would be foolish to put it in this red, because red is it's like the critical thing that we need to hit. So we're not gonna put that there at all. So we're moving along, and then somebody rolls, a fighter comes in, and they happen to roll a 2 for the navigator. And we would take the navigator's available cube, which is the yellow, the first available cube, and we would put that in the 2 slot on the bomber. Okay? Not hard, right? So now the navigator has been hit once. Then the navigator gets hit again later. We would take that cube, the yellow cube, off, replace it with the red cube from the crew card, the navigator's crew card, and we would move this yellow cube to the bombing site. The bombing site now has one yellow cube on it already. We're going to put another one. And I can put it anywhere, but again, I'm going to put it there. Right? Now that is filled up. Now let's say we happen to bomb our target and we're on the way home. We're on the way back going through our return mission deck. What is this card anyway? Okay. And we're going through our return mission deck. And we get hit again. And this time the poor navigator gets hit a third time. We're going to remove the red cube, put the black cube from the crew card onto the 2 position here. And now this red cube would go on the bombing site. It doesn't matter now because we've already bombed the target, but that's where the cube would go. If it was on the way to the bombing site, then we would have to put this cube. We would have to put this this cube somewhere. This cube would have to go somewhere. I made a mess here. I have to put this cube somewhere. So let's say I put it here. Now that 4th target is I'm unable to hit that 4th target. Just remember that you cannot stack cubes, right? I can't put the red cube on top of a yellow cube or 2 yellow cubes on top. I can't stack. I'm not allowed to stack the cubes. In the instruction book, it says after you've placed these, later on you can shift the yellow cubes left or right. That's in case you feel like you made a mistake. You can take a MacGuffin on that and you can move the cube over, but not the red cube. Red cubes can't move. Black cubes, like the death cube, they're never going to be moved from the locations. Once they get on the bomber board, on the bomber there, they stay on the board. Once they can never be moved back. Let's talk about situations when you can move the cards back. Let's say I get a hit on the co-pilot number 4, and he's now the position number 4, Paul Sutton in the co-pilot seat. He's been injured. Okay, what could happen is okay, here we go. So let's say during my mission I drew this bonus first aid ability card. Right, you can see that. It says I can remove up to 2 minor crew damage from locations 1 through 5. So let's say I draw that during the mission. At any time during the mission, I draw that. Oh, all right. You know what? I'm going to use that. I'm going to take the damage from the co-pilot off the bomber board and put it back on that. So you're kind of, in a sense, you're resetting that damage. And then you would discard this into your discard pile for your mission, right? You can't use that. You can't keep it and keep using it every turn. That says I can remove up to 2 damage. What that doesn't mean is I can revert. This is the right waist gunner technically got 2 damaged, right? He got damaged twice. That doesn't mean I can remove the red cube. I can only remove the light damage. I cannot remove the critical or serious damages. So once the red or black cubes are on the bomber board, they cannot be returned to the crew cards. The yellow cubes, however, can. But there's nothing to remove the engines. Once the engines are damaged, those cubes stay there. All right. Hopefully that's clear. Then what happens is this is going to then parlay into when you're landing, all of these damages are going to get tallied up. You will not be using the damage cubes on the bomb site card over here. You're not going to be using these when you land or anything like that. So that is how the damage allocation works. I think I covered everything. That's for the bomb site card. Yeah, I think I covered everything. It's not complicated. It's pretty simple once you just see those general do's and don'ts. I guess that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you again soon. Be well, take care, and enjoy.